In this tutorial, I will show you how to manage your product list, supplier information, and product price. I will also explain some of the data entry rules, and introduce you other functions like quick search by keyword and export your product list. As we can see, there are 4 icons in the homepage. Product list is connected to a pop-up window which allow you to manage almost all product information in one interface. Supplier will allow you to manage all your supplier's information. Price management is for connecting the product with its supplier and input the corresponding unit cost, which allow you manage multi-price item. And export will allow you to get a copy file of the product list. Click product list icon. There are 4 blocks in this window. The first block is category. As you know, we have updated the product classification, and refined the new categories based on the old one for better comparison. Notice there is a hierarchical relationship between class_01 to class_03. You should select the category in order specified to use the hierarchical association function. The second block is item entry. You can input item code, item name, barcode, purchase unit, consume unit, and conversion of unit here. I will explain some of the fields in which the changes have occurred. Item code should be 10-digit numbers. The first 6 numbers are automatically generated with selection of product category, and the last 4 numbers are customized entered by users to distinguish different products. In this new tool, we use item code as the primary key to determine whether it is the same item or not. So when you enter this field, please pay attention to the one-to-one correspondence between the item code and the item name. Barcode can be entered by using a barcode scanner. It can be used to quickly search items in the warehouse in, out and sales transaction entry. Notice that there are 2 unit input box. We add a distinction between purchase unit and consume unit here, which is for scenarios that purchase in package but consume in bulk or vice versa. And convention of unit will be used in later automatically calculating unit cost between purchasing and consumption. For example, we purchase a box of 24 bottles of mineral water, which is purchased by box but sales out by bottle. We can now separately input purchase unit as box and consume unit as bottles with the conversion of unit. 1 box contains 24 bottles. Click Save to save the input information into our product list. Notice that if there are some missing information which are required to input, a message box will pop up to point out which part is missing. You should check and fill in those information to make sure it saves successfully. Assume we have entered some item information into the product list. What if we want to delete some item? Let's say we want to delete potato from our product list. First we should find potato in the preview box, which can be done by using the quick query function. Any field showed in the preview box at the bottom can be used as a search keyword. Let's input potato in the text box. The preview box will change associated with the input. Select potato, and click delete to remove this item. You can find potato has been removed. What if we want to modify some item information in the product list? You will find when we select an item in the preview box, its information will also appears in those input box above. We can just change any information and click Save to complete modification. You can see it has been changed. Once you have finished entering, just click Close to exit this window. Then let's click Supplier icon. As we can see, it's pretty much like the product list management interface. You can manage and look up all your suppliers' information in this window. I will only explain some of the fields which needs your attention here. Notice that there are 3 fields with asterisk. Supplier code is an automatically generated self-growth number. Supplier company name is going to be used in the price management section later, to distinguish different purchase unit cost of different supplier for the same product. And status is the key field used to distinguish whether the supplier is available or not, which is also why there is no delete function in this window. Please pay attention that those 3 fields that I just mentioned are mandatory filling. If any one of them is missing, you would fail to save your information. Once you have finished entering, click Close to exit this window. So far, we have prepared lists of supplier and product. Then the price management can be carried out. Click Price Management icon. You can find there are two different page tabs in this window, which is because considering the entry habit of different users, we provide two entry methods here. The first method called by item is that fixing on one selected item, then input the unit cost supplier by supplier. And the second method called by supplier is that fixing on one selected supplier, then input the unit cost item by item. You can choose which page to use according to your habit. And I will show you some examples of both the methods here. First, let's choose entering by item. Let's say we want to input the price for broccoli. Notice the quick search function is still available here, and item code, item name, barcode can be used as the search keyword. We just need to select broccoli in the list box, and let's say for supplier 1 the unit cost is $2. Click Save. We can see the entered term appears in the right preview box, and the item selection still stays at broccoli. We can continue entering unit cost of other suppliers for it. Assume we have entered some item price. Click button New will clear all input and selection, which allows us to see all of the price we have entered or start a new entry. And if you want to delete some entered term, just select it in the right preview box, and click Delete button. Notice that when we select some item in the left product list, the preview box will only show the records of our selected item. We can also view the price list by supplier by first activating this function, and then choosing which supplier we want to see. The input function is not available in this state. Let's choose entering by supplier now. Let's say we want to input the item unit cost for supplier 1. We just need to select supplier 1 in the drop-down box, then select the item and input its unit cost. Click Save. We can see the entered term also appears in the right preview box, and the supplier selection still stays at supplier 1. We can continue entering unit cost of other items for it. Since the product list is independently managed by the office purchasing staff, the office needs to export the product list file and send it to the site for updating. Click Export icon in the homepage, enter the file name you want to save. A message box will pop up after finishing save. You can find a copy file have been saved in the current files path.